Hey, welcome back to the next episode of Trigger Point. I'm here today with Mr. Jake from Trident One FFL Software. How's it going, Jake?
Good, Kevin. How are
Good.
you, buddy?
Good, man. Good to see you. It's
Well,
summer here. It's been a little while here. Everybody's taking some vacation and time off, and so this is good to get back with you.
yes, sir. Just trying not to melt here in Dallas. Subsequent 100-degree plus weather daily, so we'll get through it.
Come out to Iowa. It's not a whole lot better here. So
yeah, I think it's nationwide.
Hey, have a great question here that some different customers and actually some prospects have been asking. So the question today's topic is this, Jake. Who actually has US based support in the FFL point of sale system space, and is Trident One veteran owned?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, I'm pretty biased because I'm a retired Navy SEAL, spent over 20 years active duty, and that's my DNA. So instead of trying to work outside my DNA, I built a team that is largely veterans and law enforcement. So at Trident One, I guess to answer your second question, is veteran owned. We're run by, I think we have a little squad going on with former Navy SEALs. So we got 7 or 8 SEALs on board. Just hired another one not long ago. And then all across the spectrum, as far as veterans, we have Marines, we have Army, we have Air Force. I think the only one we don't have yet is a Coast Guard. But if any Coast Guardmen out there,
and Space Force, Jake.
Space Force now, yeah, Space Force. But over 80% of our team is our veterans, and some law enforcement as well. We have 3 or 4 former police officers. One is still active, actually, on a drug task force SWAT team. So veterans is obviously near and dear to my heart, and so we are largely veteran owned and run company, which makes sense, right? For a point of sale, if you're working in the firearms industry, why not have guys that are pretty aware and useful and know guns. I'm not saying they're gun dealers or know better than our customers. That's definitely not the case, but they definitely, I think it relates well, especially for the ranges out there, range safety officers and stuff that are largely in the firearms industry. What we've seen is a lot of ex-veterans are if they don't own the gun store, they definitely, there's a lot that work at them. So it works well for us. And then US based customer support, it was the first part of the question. I think this is one of the things that really separates us from our competitors. And, I think we have a lot of good competitors in the space, and everybody's just doing what they can to support the retailer. But we are one of the few that has true US based customer support. So, they're all there. And not only just, living in the United States, they also, when I've hired our customer support team, I make sure that they have experience in the firearms industry. We have a guy that has an associate's degree in gunsmithing, and he's a gunsmith, and have another one of our guys was a manager at 2 different gun stores and shooting ranges. So, when the customer calls, the dealer calls with an issue, they're talking to somebody with the experience that probably has faced the same issue they're having, and you can walk them through how to fix it.
And so I think that's pretty critical. So, when we ask, why does US based customer support matter more for an FFL than a typical retail business? Obviously, in this business, you have to have people that understand not just firearms, the firearms industry, but the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's great. That means a lot. So then let me ask you this one here. So then take all of that, and I would ask, what does veteran own actually change about how the company operates day to day?
Well, I mean, it shapes hiring and culture in a way that shows up in how the team understands the operational reality of running an FFL. The stakes of an ATF compliance question aren't abstract to a team with that type of background, right? So, and I'm not saying foreigners can't be trained and be great customer support reps. No, that's not the case whatsoever. But when it comes to a compliance-led industry where your license is on the line there, and your livelihood, your money, you have a lot invested in it. With U.S. compliance with the ATF, like, you probably want somebody that you're speaking to on the support side that actually knows what they're talking about, right? Especially if it's a compliance related thing or whatever. There's nothing to mess around with, and communication is a big thing too. Like you want to be able to, your customer needs to understand you, and you can't play the telephone game, right, when it comes to customer support in the gun industry, right?
Absolutely. So Jake, walk me through what happens when one of your customers, gun store calls in and they've got an urgent issue. I think this is something that a lot of people that are looking for a new point of sale system. This is a big deal, right?
It is.
I don't need you until I really need you.
It should be. It's ingrained in our mission statement. The final part is we provide legendary customer service, and I 100% believe that it's one of the most important things. It is for Trident One. Is one of, if not the most important thing, is to provide legendary customer service, right? And so when somebody calls in, it's usually, if they're calling their point of sale, their software company that runs their whole store, Trident One, if they're calling into support, it's probably a big problem, right? It's probably they have a sale held up at the counter. Potentially, if they can't get it fixed, they're going to lose a $2,500 sale there, right? So they need an answer now. They don't need it to go to voicemail. They don't need to have to submit a ticket. So they call our customer support number, and we have live US-based, again, very, very well trained and very well versed in the industry. Pick up the phone and walk them through, talk them through and walk them through. Sometimes we can remote into their system ourselves and fix the problem for them if it's something. Usually it's something a customer forgot how to do a certain functionality or whatever. But the bottom line is a US-based, person is going to pick up the phone and help them fix their issue, walk them through how to fix whatever it is, if it's possible, right? Like some things, are beyond our control, but chances are we've seen the issue before. Our support team is very, very well versed in this. Again, a lot of them have industry experience. They've worked it. They've probably faced the same issue themselves. So rather than routing through a ticket system with a multi-day queue, 90% of the time we can fix the issue right there, and that's huge. That's huge.
Well, I think that's what your customers want. I mean, they get to, I got an issue. I want to pick up the phone and call somebody that one is in the same time zone or in the same, I guess, continent as I am. But more importantly, they understand firearms. They understand the industry. So like I said, I think that's pretty critical. So Jake, while we're on this, let me ask here, what are the actual support hours and typical response times for Trident One?
So I mean, we try to encompass. We have customers, I think, in all 50 states, including Hawaii and Alaska. So multiple different time zones, like you mentioned. So we try to make sure that, for one, my support guys would kill me if I said, for saying this, but like they're on call 24/7. Really. I mean, we've dealt with things on Christmas Day for hours, Christmas Eve, you name it. But I mean, we try to have guys in different time zones and gals that are open when our customers are open, right? So that's when they're going to have the issues. And then our development team as well, they work in shifts. So we have guys that work at night, in our time, they work night shifts. So, and then we have guys in the day. So if something needs to be done overnight while our customers, while the retailer's closed, we can knock it out as soon as they open back up. But I guess to answer your question, we like have our support guys, at least some open during the operational hours of our retail, of our customers, the retailers, right? So, 9 to 5 type thing kind of deal, but taking in consideration the different time zones, California be different than New York kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All righty. Great answer. Last question here, and we'll wrap this up. So I think this will be a great one here, especially for you. Jake, is veteran owned just a badge, or does it actually show up operationally at Trident One?
No, it definitely shows up. It shows up in the hiring practices and how the team talks to owners and about compliance and urgency. It's a verifiable claim, not a marketing line, and any owner can test it by calling in. And I would add, Kevin, I think, again, this is such a great topic. I think I would implore folks that are looking for a system or looking to make a change to their software system, their point of sale system, their range management system, whatever they're, or maybe they're just getting into the industry. I would really dig into these questions when you're vetting systems, you're vetting companies that are going to run your whole business, right, and keep you compliant. I would ask these type of questions because it really does make a difference having folks that understand the firearms industry, veterans who are, obviously I'm not knocking non-veterans, right? But like I said, most of our customers have a lot of veterans working at the sales counter or at the RSOs or whatever. So it's just it's easy to relate to them, right? So I would ask folks to ask these questions when they're vetting and trying to make a decision of who to go with, right? U.S. based customer support is I think massive for Trident One, and making sure that you have a reliable customer service, support team that you're not going to talk to some AI chat bot or whatever, or have to put a ticket. You can pick up a phone and call and talk to a real person and help you with your issue.
That's a perfect answer and way to wind it down, Jake. So like I said, I think it's really important that every, people that are asking these questions and they're getting the right information. Trident One has US based support. Trident One is a veteran owned business, and Trident One is best in class for all federal firearms licensing point of sale systems. So really appreciate you explaining all that and laying that out for us. It's great seeing you again, Jake. So appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on with me for a little bit here. And don't sweat too much in that Texas heat. All right.
Yeah, you got it, Kevin. Take care. Appreciate you.
Have a good one, man.
You as well.